Afolabi, didn't say I'm going to be in the office. Morning, everyone.
Morning, Anthony. What's Afolabi in the office? The office's internet is doing so reliable right now.
Oh, good morning. So it's 9 o'clock. Let's begin. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the new session. I don't know why we're just then, but it's fine. So Afolabi will be talking to us today on the creator economy, right? Talk about trends, legal considerations, and all whatnot. So without wasting much of our time, I'll hand over to Afolabi. Hi, Afolabi. Good morning. Over to you. Afolabi, can you hear me?
Michael, you jinxed this one.
Can you share his deck with me so I can share for him and then maybe we'll just use your system or something?
He's gonna do that in a minute now.
Hi there, is he? What's the update? Happy birthday, Babatunde Ayanride.
Okay. So
What is it? Trying to look for my slide though. Sorry. Hi, good morning. Can you see my screen now? Yes, we can. All right, thank you very much. So I'm sorry for the delay in transmission. It's due to the bad network that is there. Yes. So I had to use my personal internet to connect to this now. So I'll be talking about the creator economy, global trends, and local insights. So I'd like to throw this to the open floor. Who do you understand what the creator economy means in general? Please, can you raise up your hand if you have an idea of what it means? I can't see any hand. Are they raising up? Hello? Okay.
We don't know now. That's why there's no one.
Oh, we don't. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Afolabi. Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's more or less the influencers and like people that we regard as creators, content creators who have created like a new system, I would say, of generating income through content development.
All right. Thank you so much. So thank you, Jadi, for that. So what we'll be discussing today is like the meaning of creator economy. We'll be exploring the global trends, analyzing local insights, identifying the key players and platforms, evaluating monetization strategy, understanding intellectual property and legal consideration, and finally examining the future of the creator economy. Yeah, so creator economy is referred to as the trend of internet-aware users, primarily just like internet-savvy people that make use of social media or emerging trends in the digital space to by using their skills to get an income, just like Chadi said, like making use of your creativity. Yes, and making use of your creativity for an income. So the creator economy is the collection or creation and distribution of all content in our current digital world. As we all know, since the invention of social media, everybody now uses this platform. Apart from socializing, people now make use of it as a source of, as their own full-time job. Yes, by creating one content or the other. All right, so who is a content creator? A content creator is an individual who curates content and disseminates to a particular audience online. As you all know, every content creator has a niche that they try to jump on. Some people's own is food, some is fashion, some people is health, while most people in Nigeria in general is comedy. They just want to make you laugh. Some are creating their own you respect to them thinking about them being a brand fit. Why some do not even think about being a brand fit. Their own is just to create any content and put it out there. Recently, I was having a conversation with David Williams. We are talking about the way these people are doing these days, that all their content is always about a woman or trying to objectify a woman's body and all that, and it's really becoming annoying. So can they just think outside the box and do something different? So some of those people that do such content, a lot of respected brands can't use them. So they are limiting their ability. Yeah. So those kind of people, no, they're not going anywhere. And I can remember the early days when Linda Ikeji started that blogging, yeah. So
like she was one of the first people that a lot of people knows about her blogging, like, oh, LIB, every gist, any rumor, everybody goes on her page. As at then, if you're working on any media plan, then when I was starting in this field, Linda Ikeji is always number 1 to 10 among the platform that usually get a lot of visitors daily. Reason because she's known, people goes on her page to get any news happening in Nigeria, especially even those that are outside the country. Linda Ikeji is a go-to page for them to get insights or updates on what is currently happening in Nigeria. But as social media comes by, that stuff start depreciating, and she is now relying solely on her website and using social media platform in disseminating her content. So what constitutes the creator economy? This economy is driven by the rise of digital platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, which make easy for creators to reach a global audience, because we all know that most of all these platforms is a way whereby even if you don't have the whole money in this world, you can just put what you are doing and put it out there. If it resonates with a set of people, they will be your follower. For example, I'll be using Idabachi that just broke the Guinness Book of Record here. So before she went on for the cookathon here, some people knew her as a chef, but some people don't. Most people do not. But that influence of her being in the screen of everybody, what she's trying to do, she gained more popularity, her followers increase. She now has I'm sure she has been creating content about food before, but it's not as broad as the way it is right now, because that platform of what she did then, she was able to use that means to elevate her status in the midst of every other people that are just doing only food content. Yeah. So what constitutes, okay, sorry, my throat is dry and I'm fasting. If I'm talking too much, I used to have as a need for water, but I can't get water now because I'm doing something. Okay, so as the creator economy continues to grow, it has the potential to be a real game changer for any country's economy. There are two main contributors worth nothing. Yeah, so we can remember when COVID hit, there are a lot of businesses that went into hibernation, why some people cash out a lot. For the likes of Zoom or Netflix, all those people during that period, is like they should just be praying for COVID to be striking all the time. Reason because that moment, a lot of people, we are all stuck at home, we have nothing to do. So what next for us to do, just for you to, as long as you have electricity and there's internet, just go online. That period, a lot of people learn a lot of things. So as of that year, Google released their most searched keyword for the year 2020, which is how to. How to was the most expensive keyword in the year 2020. Reason because everybody is going on this platform like, oh, this is what this person is doing. Then there are some challenges like Bob Daddy, all these musicians, they are all trying to stay relevant because there's no shows. They can't organize any shows for them to get money. So streaming platform too now invented a lot of another addition to how they can generate income. So that period was beneficial for some people, while it was bad to some people. But regardless, that is part of the creator economy that we are talking about. Then the likes of NFT came up too, where people are selling digital art. So things like this is one of the essence of how this creator economy will be beneficial to any economy. As we all know, what is currently happening now, the federal government, the Advertising Association of Nigeria, blah, 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 they now require these influencers to pay a token before they can put up some of their content, because they see that these people are really cashing out and they are not getting anything from there. So they have to look for a way just for them to be getting something from there. So as it is right now, before we ourselves can run a particular ad on some of all these platforms, we need to get approval from them. So that, in a way, they are making money for them. So it's a win-win for both parties. So this is a video of, I don't know if it's going to play. Let me try. I don't think I have access to the audio, but I'll try.
Creators and influencers are actually becoming a very
Can you guys hear?
powerful tool in a marketer's
Yes, you can, Afolabi.
toolkit
Yes.
to actually reach audiences. So the audiences are shifting and spending their time in more social networks, a lot more time. And so creators are becoming that much more important to actually reach audiences. I think brands should be actively searching for collaborators and creators that have common brand purpose and looking for those creators that have similar audiences to then start to do specific collaborations with, co-promotion, brand endorsements, and really sort of cultivating those relationships with creators can really help to extend the overall brand message, especially if they're in line with both common purpose and common audience. We did some really interesting research and there's some really fascinating insights coming out of that. One is obviously for creators, the monetization component is pretty critical on how they're actually creating relationships with brands and also extending beyond brands to actually create a full monetization out of what their creativity is. The second is that the brands can do a much better job of sort of working with creators and finding those win-win relationships on how they construct the deals. And then I think the third element as well is actually the platforms themselves can do a lot better in terms of actually cultivating the integration between the two and making it more frictionless. A lot of times there's sort of multiple areas that they have to go coordinate with. And so to create some of that frictionless integration in between the brands and the creators would be a great thing for the platforms to focus on. Overall, the marketplace is in the creator economy and what the metrics are is really evolving. And so I think in the future, they'll be more attributable to revenue and actually driving growth for brands and the creator win-wins. And right now, as a proxy, we'll continue to use hits or buzzworthy elements that will evolve in the future.
All right, thank you very much. So from this video now, I'll give two insights on what's currently happening in the country here. So for the likes of 1xBet is a betting platform that you are not authorized to run campaign ads on social media and Google. So how can you reach your audience on digital? So what they do is they leverage the balance of how can they go online for them to publicize their messaging. They now have a lot of series of influencers that they use. So that the influencer create content around it and they upload it on their page. So how can they now know if this is working? They now use this code in particular. Every influencer that is actually working on 1xBet, they have a particular code that is attributed to each of them. So that code will enable 1xBet to see if it is effective or not. So how does that work? By the time you bet with the particular influencer's code, it will be having like, let's say a table that will be reading, okay, this particular influencer, 8,000 people were able to log into our site using this person's code. So that will enable them to see if they should continue the relationship with the influencer or not. So that is a win-win situation for the brand and the influencer. Then another one again has to do with the likes of Goldberg and Hero. We all know Hero is a drink that is attributed to those people in the East. So how do they do their communication and the influencers they use? They use the influencer that is from, sorry, my client is calling me, but I won't pick. Yeah. So they use influencers that are from the East, like the likes of all those Igbo musicians. They use them in trying to publicize the brand. Then the one from the Southwest, which is Goldberg, yeah. So Goldberg used the advantage of what's this guy's name? One Yoruba actor, something Adekola 120. I've forgotten his name. And Mr. Macaroni, they make use of Mr. Macaroni and Fowls to communicate to the audience from this part of the country. So in that situation, again, that is a win-win situation whereby they try to leverage on the nuances of the location and the people that are trying to reach with their communication. Next slide. All right, so exploring global trends here. So 2 years ago, Antler is a site here. Antler is an insight company that deals with data. So what they do is they do write-ups about what is currently happening. So 2 years ago, they published their first ultimate guide to the creator economy. So the category was booming at an unprecedented speed here. So in 2001, they saw a rise in platforms allowing creators to monetize, partly driven by COVID, just like I said earlier. That COVID period enables some people to make money while some businesses shut down. So to benchmark to 2021, some of the creator economy companies record like 11 companies reach unicorn status throughout the year, whereby that period elevated some companies that a lot of people think, oh, this one is just a startup or they can't go far in life. But that period actually elevated their status. So back to 2022, the creator economy shifted in a different direction. A number of platforms pivoted or launched services that enable creators to use NFTs, tokens, or crypto-related assets, which was mapped in their 2022 report. Just like I said earlier, NFT was introduced. A lot of people, those that have the money, were able to purchase something. And so you acquiring it and you being the seller. So it's a win-win situation for both parties. Yeah, so this one is the local insight here. So in this local insight, just like we said earlier, the market is a very big size that is worth over $100 billion worldwide. That is the creator economy. So, creators are likely to see a reduction in income, particularly those who depend on brand partnerships here. So this, I'll use Nigerian space as an example because this is the local insight now. There are some influencers that they solely depend on brand for them to be able to create content and all that. But most of them are now shifting towards them having their own TV on YouTube, whereby they now do weekly series just for them to keep people updated and like just for them to be relevant and for them to also continue to cash out. Because if jobs are not coming from the clients, that means you go hungry and you go broke. So what do you need to do next is for you to improvise. So what most of them are now doing is for them, like apart from the weekly content you drop, some of them now have a series. They have a pattern that they use in communicating. Is like the likes of Kiki. She has a particular one that she's a fashion designer, a terrible fashion designer at that year, whereby she brings in fellow celebrities like her onto that particular one just for them to have, just for it to be like comical, and a lot of people look out for that. Then another one of her is the one that she's a pharmacist here, where people comes into the pharmacy to come and get drugs. So that is another way of you being relevant. Same goes for Bimbo Ademoye, who is an actor, and she now has one, I think she has a movie on YouTube titled Seabed that is also a series that on a series base. Then she now introduced another one again that is, I think, Yabaraka Therapy Section. That is where she pronounces it. So most of all these influencers that are trying to innovate, because if you not innovate, you just die, just like Bukola used to say. So you must innovate. So another thing again that to me as an individual, I've had this idea since, yeah. That was when I did a research on Linda Ikeji, that what happened to her. Then Linda Ikeji has an app whereby you can just download. So everything that is happening in Nigeria is there, all the news. So you don't need to go on a social media page before you can see some of all these things. So that same idea should be adopted by this so-called influencer. What if Facebook or Instagram decided to crash tomorrow, or YouTube happened, the platform just disappeared? How are you going to start from? The audience you've gathered, why can't you like invest in you building an app? So by the time you invest in building an app, so all your content you are creating and everything, you know you have the numbers already. You just put it out there that, oh, my app is available. So as you are putting your content on social media, it will also be on your app. So people can go onto your app just for them to be able to see. So that you are able to control your own data, your own followership. Because just like I said, if something should happen to your platform, it's gone. Just like the way they keep taking Gist lovers this all the time, they keep taking our page. But because a lot of people are always on our page just for them to get the the gossip that is happening in time. She keeps getting the follower continuously. That same thing happened to Tunde Ednut also, that his page was taking a quite number of time before he could get back on his feet. So if you have your own platform like a mobile app, it will be very beneficial to you as an individual, and you yourself, you can start monetizing that your platform again, because people, apart from you being used by brands, even other brands can come and start doing placement ad on your platform that you'll be charging them huge amount of money. So that's another way for you to be making money. But no, they're all sticking to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And as it is right now, there are different levels of content creators. The ones on TikTok, to me, I don't see them as content creators. They're all just noisemakers, because that platform is for everybody, for both cat and dog. Everybody, something silly, you see people just jumping on it. By the time you check their followership, like, what are you doing? It's not that, it's not, how will I put it? It's not educative, but that is how it is because of the follower on that platform. So that is that. I'm tired. All right. So the next on my list is a new direction for the creator economy. That is the community. Just like I said earlier, a next phase for the creator economy will have a particular focus on community, which can play a significant role in success of the creators. A strong community can provide support, encouragement, and a sense of belonging to creators, helping them produce and share their content more consistently and confidently. Just like the example I gave of them having their own mobile app, it would be very nice for them to have this, because just like I said, if something should happen tomorrow, we can see what is happening on Twitter now. Since Elon Musk took over, a lot of changes. What if Mark Zuckerberg decides to sell tomorrow and the next person coming in is saying, no, this should be removed, this should be that? So most of them will go back to their drawing board. So it will be late. So why not start now? But no, they are not ready. They are still enjoying what the platform is giving them. So creator economy landscape. So ownership includes platforms that allow creators to issue digital collectibles, enabling them to own their audiences. That is community ownership. Like the followers they have on each platform, they own it. But the owner of the platform is the owner of the whole everything. If I can decide to suspend you today, all your followers will disappear. You have to start asking them again to follow you. Then next on the list is community growth. Categories that allow creators to diversify their income streams from fan interactions, brand monetization opportunities, and e-commerce options. Now, some people now have, they are now monetizing this platform whereby for you to be able to, they will say donate something, get a coin. That coin that you are donating is the monetary value to the content creator. Yes, to the content creator. So in that way, you are actually, how will I put it, finance the person's income or something like that. Then the one I want to talk again is the e-commerce options here. So for the e-commerce option, like we all know, everybody goes on e-commerce to shop. Some people will just go there, just window shop. No. Online shopping. No. What can we call digital window shopping? Window shopping. Okay. So some people just go on some of these platforms to see, oh, let me go and see this, let me go and see that, let me go and see that. So if that platform is not spending heavy on advertising, you forget what you've seen. By the time you finish visiting Jumia, by the time you move on to your Instagram page, you start seeing that stuff you saw on Jumia page. It will follow you to Instagram. It will follow you to Facebook, whereby you start seeing everything there. So with that, that is the way whereby the platform does e-commerce as they've invested just for them to be able to be to continue to get your attention by you patronizing them. So they are paying for them to stay relevant on that platform. They are paying for their ads to be shown to you. So they want you to also patronize them by getting whatever they are putting out there or whatever you are interested in. So generative AI, this technology will have a substantial impact on creators. Yeah. So like what is currently happening now with this artificial intelligence, I can now mimic someone from the US, like a popular comedian or a popular musician. I can use that person's voice. I can use that person's voice just for me to be different what I'm doing. Just like some of all these content creators back here in Nigeria, that they have different characters, and some Like, so it's all these artificial intelligence that they are using to do that features, to get that features that they're using to create content. Then the last one on the list is operations, which allows creators to see what's happening in their businesses and grow them at the same time. So most of them go back to the end. They tend to see, okay, how am I doing in terms of analytics? The content I'm putting out there, is it really working? They themselves, those ones that have that took this as a real business, they have a set of data analysts that do this for them, whereby those ones give them opportunity. Okay, this is what we need to do next. We'll be publicizing short snippets on Instagram, while we'll be pushing down all the audience to go and watch the full video on YouTube. So this is something that they have done, and they decide to adopt that. So in a situation, so in that scenario now, that you are trying to be relevant on both platforms, but the full one is on the YouTube side, whereby they get to see the whole full video of what you put out on Instagram. This thing is still plenty. All right. So the growth of the creator economy in Nigeria could have a significant economic impact. Where the content creators produce content, they often require the expertise of other professionals to ensure its success, resulting in national job opportunities. Like after shooting, we know you can't shoot like those big ones. Yeah, they have a videographer that does that. So after they are done shooting, there are some people that will still go back to go and edit. So that is a way of you giving job to some of all these freelancer video. Are they called videographer? Okay, producer. No, the people behind the scene. Okay, the production team. So, and people that also edit, people that will proofread, even after writing the scripts. There are some people that even write the scripts. Some scripts are not written by some of these content creators. They have people that write the scripts, and they are the face because they are the known people. Just like, okay, then whereby I used to hear Rihanna songs a lot, but later we discovered that it was Sia that is writing most of our songs and all that. So we have that also. So that will also impact the economy, whereby jobs will be provided to these people. Yeah. So identify key players and platforms. Yeah. So how do you do this? You need to familiarize yourself with the major players, the platforms and technologies that drive the creator economy. So that is why I said, the influencers on Instagram, the influencers on YouTube, they are different from the influencers on TikTok. Reason because TikTok is for everybody. You can easily blow on TikTok compared to you penetrating Instagram. So when it comes to Instagram, you need to your craft has to be there, your video quality, all those things need to be put in place before you can people can actually pay attention to you. Whereas the likes of TikTok, anywhere, even if you're in Sambisa Forest, just shoot one video, do one funny sound. Before you see it, everybody will just start jumping on it. So most of all these people, they identify their platform. So as soon as once you've identified your platform, you just stick to it. Yeah, that is what works for you. So don't try and jump to what does not work for you, because if you do that, you will suffer a long run. So it's better for you to, or better so you upgrade for you to be there. Yeah, so let me use the word upgrade. All right. So these are platforms and tools in the creator economy. Yeah. So for video, just like I said, those people that are behind, that shoot the video, that snap the picture, they'll still go back, edit, do one or two things. So they do this. Then for blogging, there are some people that they want to just write publicize on platforms where people get to see it. Then gaming as well. Gaming is now having another strong impact in terms of platform that people are now using, reaching out to audience. The music platforms, we have the likes of Spotify, Deezer, AudioMark. So this is really happening. Then another one again on the list is podcasting. Just like what is one of the problems we now have in Nigeria is podcast. Everybody believes they can just come there and just say anything. But to me, I know what those people are doing. They are just trying to, or they are trying to be relevant. I don't want to use the word chasing clout here, because we all negative. People want to be like, so who is this person? So they want that digital mention. So that digital mention is what they are trying to get. That's why most of what people come on all these podcasts to say all silly things, because people will listen and it's to go viral. That stuff going viral is, to them, is beneficial because they will gain followers at some point. So yeah, then the next one is subscription service. So for this subscription service here, there are different types. Even OnlyFans, I don't know if some of us on this platform call know OnlyFans. OnlyFans is an adult streaming platform on Twitter, whereby people monetize and make money from it. Same goes for Snapchat. There are some people that you need to pay before you can see their content on this platform. All right. Okay, for property and legal consideration. So to gain awareness of intellectual property rights, copyright issues, licensing. So before you can venture into this, you need to know the implication that is attached to this, so that you will not just go and use someone else's copyrighted content. I can remember we wanted to use I think Sabino's sometime last year. That's the word huge. I remember then the way he spelled the huge, then that's what I want to do. So we can't just use that huge the way, because that was the way he spelled his own. He has already copyrighted that huge. So before you can use it, you need to reach out to him. They'll probably agree on a fee and pay, so that not that when you now use, you now have to like face the legal repercussion. Then another one again is some of what is modeling. Yeah, some of what even models still can be regarded as content and creator economy, because some of them are being used in these videos that these people pull out. So before you can appear in them, a fee must have been agreed. So by the time we've already agreed on the duration of time that this will be used for, if you use it outside that period, you need to repay me or you face legal consequences. Just like I can remember, these are Sound of Union that was produced by, what's that guy's name again? I forgot to know.
TY Mix.
TY Mix, thank you, Daddy Mike. Yeah, so it was obviously I learned that that thing is not forever. It's for a few years. After 3 years, is either they stop using it or they pay him or something like that. So that's something that has been signed and agreed. So they both understand the legal consequences that will happen if that is now used after the duration that has been signed for. Then evaluate monetization strategy. So explore various monetization strategies employed by content creators, such as brand partnerships, sponsor content advertising, revenue, merchandise sales. So what is currently happening? Some of all these content creators, I can remember when Mr. just started, they'll prefer to go into partnership with you more or less like an ambassador, because they believe that one will give them more money compared to you using one-off. But as time goes by, they are now becoming plenty. So most of them, that mindset dropped off. You will see someone that will do work for Picnic, or Picnic and is it 3 Crown? They are the same family, right? So there are some brands, there are some influencers like that they will do for a competitor today. There's nothing binding them. As long as they are done with you, they can take on another competitor's job within that period. So that is why most of them are always leveraging on them being an ambassador, because by the time you made me an ambassador, I won't be able to work for your competitor. So that is something that most of them leverage on, and it's worked for them back then, and it's still working for some of them till today. Why it is not working for some people at all? Yeah. So part of the monetization strategy that they are now doing now is for them now start creating content series every week, whereby they drop, like they now have a particular character that they use in dropping their content quickly. Since they've been dropping it and people are actually watching it, they're liking it, they can't stop. So they need to continue. So that is a way for them to keep all that is part of their monetization strategy. Okay, so this is just like, I think is 45 seconds video.
The economy is in a bubble, or at least that's what it seems like at this point. People are rushing in. New creators pop up on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, even LinkedIn is becoming more well-suited for creators than it's ever been before. And it's awesome. It means people started to understand the value of creating content, though there's a problem. At this point, I see so many creators blatantly copying each other, to the point where if I go to the comment section of a video and see how the creator answers questions, it becomes quite clear that the creator doesn't seem to even understand what he or she just said. They just saw someone say it, then repeated it. People are chasing vanity metrics such as likes and followers, but have absolutely no clue how to actually use their audience and their content to drive revenue. And at some point, this bubble will burst. People will burn out, get tired of it, have to prioritize differently since they need to make money. And there's going to be a tiny group left. Creators with a genuine desire to create real value and who doesn't really give a shit about likes and followers.
All right, thank you. So this talk about, just like I said in my, this talk about people that just create silly content just for people to just laugh and all that. Laugh won't do it at some point. You need to like create something meaningful. Like this guy now, apropos doctor, the guy started from like, let me just do this. Let me just do that. Look at him now. Him so apropos now. I still saw him yesterday at the gym. Now, apropos will now start asking you, okay, you reach out to my manager, my this will be sent to you. Like, uncle, stop it now. Same goes for the likes of all these tech reviewers. The tech reviewers, so they started from play. Just get your smartphone, have something, but look at them now. They are really doing fine. So, and they stick to the platform that is actually working for them. So soft people, they can't just do anyhow content and upload. It has to be relevant. Same goes for this guy. I think it's Taiwo. I know work with him on Xiaomi projects last year. Taiwo I know does not have plenty followers. He does not have plenty followers on social media. His followers are more on YouTube because he's a lifestyle traveler blogger. So people love to watch whatever he's doing. So he is not interested in the likes or what to put out what is like his niche. Trying like he has a standard to maintain. So that is something that has been working for him. Yeah. No, I'm not playing you again. Not playing you again. All right, so the last is examining the future of the creator economy, whereby we'll tend to investigate the potential future development and trends within the creator economy, including advancements in technology, involving consumer behavior, regulatory changes, and the emergence of new platforms or business models. Consider the implications of these developments for another content creator and their ability to thrive in the digital landscape. So government regulatory that is happening recently now is something that is actually part of the feature that we are talking about, or them thinking about their consumer behavior, just like they are, most of them, they know their audience. They know their audience, so they know how they like their content, how it is. There are some content creators, as soon as I see what they are, I don't need to waste my data to see whatever they are, even if it's funny. But as long as it's this particular name, I'll just go by because whatever they are teaching out there is just for the laugh. It's not really, it's not really that for me. But to some people, it's something they like. Yeah. So it's never too late to join the creator economy, even if it's picture, you know how to snap. Just try and snap the picture, then like they having a little, they start posting, start using the right hashtag, then we consider what we are doing. You too yourself, you can be a content creator one day. You can even be a food eater content creator. You want to just be eating food. People, your audience are out there that they'll find it interesting. So don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah, just tire. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to throw shade at just tire. I'm sure you must have said something on this thing. So yes. Thank you very much. So any contribution and addition, the floor is open to you guys. Hi, Tomisin. Yes. Hi, Tomisin. Good morning. Because Tomisin is a part of this content creator people. Yes. It's part of them.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, it's part of them as well. So what is your experience like? What has it been like? Like, yes, your own part of this creator economy. How has it been like? What are the challenges you face? How you are able to overcome? And there's a standard you are following? Yes. So are you also following this step as well?
Well, so I think everybody has their different approach and style to creating content, just to attract their type of audience. For me personally, I think creating content has to be consistent, right? I also know that apart from me creating content, I know people like Daddy Mike, even though his content is always very interesting to watch, but then um it's not it's not there every time. Like, it's not putting out stuff every time. And those are the type of content that people look forward to. The form of content I hate to see the most is every type of person that just recently relocated and then they are telling you tips on how to relocate or how to Japan.
Yes, UK people.
It pisses me off.
UK people.
UK or Canada or all type
UK
of
people to be
relocation,
precise.
but mostly, yeah, UK people. And what I've also gotten to take out of everything is that people are trying to sort of build some form of social currency for themselves and try to, I mean, as much as social media era that we are, people are taking over, social media and creating a lot of things. I also think it has kind of helped us put some sort of digital awareness into perspective in terms of the type of things that we create for people home and abroad. And most importantly, I think whatever we are creating, we should also have a sense of impact, right? It's not just about, oh, I'm doing things for people to love, which is what pisses me off about skit makers, that their content, and which you earlier pointed out, their content is always objectifying women. And I try to now, so of late, just the same way I critique movies, I try to actually watch this content to see what message you have. Aside you pushing comedy, what can you really push this content without objectifying women? Can you try to create something that is witty? Which is why some skit makers for me will always remain, will always have my respect, because they're always very witty about how they communicate their content. Like a Lai Wasabi, for example, the type of content those type of creators push out are not just contents to make you think they are being sponsored by a brand, but contents that would actually make you sit down and think through the message this person is communicating, right? And for me, that means you are not just engaging your audience with your craft, but you're actually impacting them with what you're good at, right? And for me, that's content. People like Adam the Great, Adam W. There are some foreign content creators as well that they don't just make people laugh, but they have some sort of messaging to pass. And it's even more interesting when people are very niche in their content, not doing what everybody's doing. Everybody's trying to copy Mr. Macaroni. Everybody's trying to tie rapper as a man and sound like
annoying.
one. Come on,
like
get creative, really. So for me, and which is why, even though my own content is not regular, like I said, is more about creating things that would impact people and let them know you for that creative side of your own content. Yep. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I assume they have their audience, but just like we said, is this sustainable at a point? They are losing money for some parts. Why some brands can't take on them. It can't be used by brands. So that's that. Then another thing again, I think this next one is Olanrewaju. Olanrewaju, you can be like the apropos of finance, to be honest. I saw something recently and it's not really of the guy telling people about finance 101, like all this withholding tax, VAT, because there are a lot of things, even all these bank charges. Some of us don't even know why banks are charging this. So that is an avenue for you to start creating content just for people to see. See, you start seeing people following you. I'm your manager. I'm your manager on this. By the time you go back on drawing board and say, it's true, we can start doing something like this. All right, thank you very much. Jade, hand is up.
Hi, Afolabi. Thanks a lot. I wanted to ask a question. I don't know if I missed it. So I liked when you were talking about how content creators need to pivot from social media channels and not tie all of their not store all of their content or rely solely on those platforms just in case, you know, there's a shift or there's a change. Do you know any alternate channels at the moment that's beginning to gain traction locally, where content creators are now beginning to sort of curate their content on, or even globally?
Well, what most of them now do is they now make use of YouTube, like they'll do a snippet of the whole video will be on Instagram, whereby for you to watch the whole full video, you have to go on to YouTube. So same goes for most of all these people that now do short films. They now push it down to YouTube. So my own point of view is, let's forget YouTube too. Have your own app. Just like the way LIB app is then on Play Store. I don't know if it's still there. That's Linda Ikeji's blog. She has that app then. So I don't know if it's still functioning. So it's something that people can venture into. But they might not want to spend money, because for you to be able to maintain such app that will be containing all your videos, that means the server and all that. So things like that, the people download apps like that. So people will do. As long as I'm a fan of this person and the content is on this platform, I want to. So yes.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
for the
you.
likes of
Yeah, I
Telegram.
mean, because I was going to say that app download also, like, we need to be sure that that's a trend that at least locally Nigerians, you know, are onto, which I doubt a lot. Like downloading of apps.
They cannot do, since I'm a known face now. I can just tell them, oh guys, my app is now available on Play Store, and this thing, you can download it there and get updated with all my content before it comes out on social media. You'll be the first to. We all know how these Nigerians are. I can remember Gistlover. Sorry, I used to, one girl make me to be following Gistlover too. At the point, Gistlover too was actually thinking of creating Gistlover's app, because Mark Zuckerberg keeps taking our page on social media. So I'm sure that is I'm sure it's part of what she's planning, he or she, I don't know, is planning on doing, to have Gistlover's app. So it would be nice. It's your app. And your app, again, apart from this thing, do you know the money that you'll be coming there? People want to be placing ads, just like what we used to do for Linda KG back there. The likes of not just OK.com. These people, they've made money from this thing, but it's no longer that, how will I put it, pronounced the way it is now compared to then, because that's one of the first listening music platform in Nigeria. So people go there, we pay for us to put our content on this platform. So that's another way for them to make money. All right, so Motola, hi Motola, we still have 7 minutes. Can you say something?
Hi, Afolabi. Hi, great session.
Yeah.
I think so. The reason I was asking whether people use apps, because I mean, in my head, I was just thinking. Well, I mean, I get it for blogs like Insta Blog Nigeria, but I'm imagining Lai Wasabi or Ikiki. Would I really download an app just so that I can watch their videos? That was why I asked that question. But again, who knows? Like some of these things, I mean, it could become a trend, right? Or it could, yeah. But yeah, great session. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I think that's all. Okay, let's ask the gaming people. Kucheza people. Kucheza, Justin Ogbekile. Okay, Justin Ogbekile. Hi, Justin. Good morning. So what's your take on this? Like your take on the creator economy in regards to gaming being part of the platforms that these people can also leverage on. Sorry? We are not listening. No problem. All right. That's all. Bye.
Thank you, Afolabi. That was quite an insightful and funny session, right? But yeah, thank you so much. Well done, Afolabi. Let me hand over to Atunde now. Atunde wants to say something. We'll go.
All right. Afolabi never ceases to crack us up. All right, good morning, everyone. There was an announcement we were supposed to make at M3 yesterday, but I guess we had a small break in transmission, as Afolabi said, of communication. It's anyway, let me just make it longer. All right. So as you know, as it is, we transit in life. Things happen. So our very own dear HR has decided to leave us. He wants to jackpot. All of you that want to jackpot, God is seeing you, and all of you, I'm looking at you with bombastic side eye. So our very own Samuel Olanikwekun will be leaving the business, I think, at the end of this week. Everybody's looking for greener pastures, and we pray that all of you find it in Jesus' name, or by God's grace. So I've covered both Christians and Muslims and traditionalists. So yeah, so that's the announcement for this morning. All right, thank you very much. Over to you, Samuel, I guess.
Thank you, Atunde. I'm not leaving you guys for everybody shouting the chow. I'm still with you guys in spirit.
Liar, you're a liar.
Thank you. So why you guys bully me now? I'm good tired of you guys. Maybe people will stop bullying me when I leave because I don't understand.
HR don't
Always
know.
bully me.
HR used to pay.
But yeah, it's been a very fantastic session. For those of you that want to attack me, please let's carry it over to the DM.
Yeah. So, sorry, just one more thing. So going forward for your HR needs, please reach out to myself and Jade, right? So that's depending when things get back on track. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of the day, everyone. Happy birthday again, Babatunde Ayerinde.
Oh, happy birthday, Babatunde Ayerinde, my nigga.
Happy birthday, Babatunde.
Happy birthday, Babs. God bless you. Have an amazing year ahead.
They said you should not do Japa contest when you get there.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.